Hi, welcome to chair yoga. If you're new to this, welcome. If you've been doing this with me before, then welcome back. I'm always happy to have somebody new, and I love when I hear people are continuing to do the stretches. Have a nice sturdy chair. Always have a drink nearby. I will not be playing music like I normally do in class, so if you want to take a moment, pause, get whatever kind of music or sound, whatever it is you like, go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and get started. So just take a few deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, like you're blowing out a straw, because if you've been busy moving around, your breath's probably not quite what it needs to be. So maybe do that 2 or 3 times. And then when you're ready, try to breathe in and out through your nose. It's almost like a real throaty breath. I call it the Vader breath because it's a little bit like Darth Vader sounding if you're doing it properly. It's a very throaty breath. I don't think we've ever talked about this on the video, so we'll do it really quick. If you had a little hand mirror, you women will know what I'm talking about. If you have a little hand mirror, you're checking whatever, and you know how like you need to clean it so you fog on it. It's almost that kind of breath, but the mouth is closed. But you'll have that same kind of throaty sound. That's that Vader breath. So if you want to do that, maybe sometime just to practice. I'm all about the breathing properly. So, all right, so try to breathe in and out through the nose. Go ahead and straighten up that spine. Roll the shoulders back and down. You could have one leg up or both. You decide. I'm just going to go with one today. All right, hands are just in a comfortable place, but let's just focus on that breath. Maybe close those eyes. Just figure out what's more comfortable for your hands. Remember, it doesn't always have to be the exact same thing every time. Just focus on slowing that breath down. Trying to get it a little deeper, a little longer. We have a tendency just to breathe up here and we really need to have that nice belly breath. So if it helps, you could always put a hand on the belly, hand on the chest. And as you inhale, that belly should fill up with air, that hand's coming out, and then the chest hand is coming out. And then pause as you exhale, that top hand's coming in, and then the bottom hand's coming in. Getting all that air out. That is a good way to really slow things down and work on that depth of the breath. Just being a little more aware. I'm going to go ahead and add that other leg. I didn't think I was going to, but I'm going to. We'll just take a couple more breaths here, trying to make it a little deeper, a little longer on the exhale. One more breath. Exhale. Drop that head over to one side. With every breath, try to get that head down just a little bit lower, just slowly stretching out the other side of that neck. Nice deep breaths. Could always change the position of those hands. Take one more breath here. Exhale, we're going to rotate down. Just slowly looking at that elbow. Just nice and easy. All right, been here for a couple breaths, so if you want to add the twist, you can, or you can just gaze right down at that elbow. I normally add the twist, but today I am just going to keep gazing down at that elbow. Two more breaths. One more. So when you're ready, on the exhales, when you're going to slowly rotate up, just nice and easy. Make sure that ear is as close to that shoulder as you can, and then just slight twist up. Just nice and easy. You could little by little be just slowly adding that twist up. Only one more breath here. Always on the gaze is up. We don't hold it as long. Exhale when you're ready. We're going to roll that chin around, and we're just going to pause right here at the chest. So tuck that chin as close to that chest as you can. Let the forehead drop. Just nice and easy. Think about that rib cage expanding with every breath. As you fill that rib cage up with air, that belly up with air, it's expanding out, pausing, and then coming on in. Take a couple more here. One more breath. Exhale, slowly raise that chin up, nice and easy. Really try to let that head fall back. Now those shoulders are just naturally, they want to creep up to help support the neck. So try to keep them down, but if you think that you need it, you could always have those hands on the shoulders for support. We'll only do two more breaths here. One more breath. Exhale, we're going to look through the center and then drop that head over to the other side. Just nice and easy. So I'm looking for us to do a good stretch today and we're going to get up out of our seats and work on our warriors. My son got married over the weekend, and I think from everything, I'm feeling a little sore. We're gonna take a couple more breaths here. But to all my Ida peeps, it went as smooth as could be. It was nothing like when my daughter had her child and I walked in for directions with my shirt totally at a gas station with my shirt totally unbuttoned. Those are the fun stories you miss out on when you're in class with us. So yeah, that actually happened. Totally didn't know. So this wedding was nice and easy peasy compared to that. But I'm still just from all the tension a little sore, which means you're going to get a good stretch today. One more breath. Exhale, we're going to rotate down. That's the kind of stuff you miss out on when you're in class together. That's the kind of stuff we talk about, Brian, is all sorts of craziness of everybody's lives of what's happening. It's not a typical yoga class that we have. Nice and easy. So you've been here for 2 or 3 breaths. You could add that twist if you'd like, but you don't have to. Just one more breath. Exhale, we're going to slowly rotate up. So on the rotating up, pause, just make sure that ear is down as low as it'll go, and then slight twist up. Just 2 more breaths. One more. Exhale. Roll that chin around to the center and then look up through the middle, just nice and easy. Slow, slow, slow. Shrug the shoulders if you need to. All right, put those feet down on the floor. Scoot out to the edge of that seat as far as you can, but still feel nice and sturdy and safe. Walk those feet out, work those ankles. All right, we're gonna rub the bowl to get started, just nice and easy, but what my goal is today is for us to get up and do our warriors. And I would like to go through those twice today, so we're gonna just keep things moving. Nice and easy, we're gonna rub that bowl, bring that head to where the top of the head is trying to shoot as close to the floor as you can. Everyone is gonna be different on what that is. Always at the back though, regardless of how low you're going, give that pause stretch. You're stretching through the arms, tucking the chin, curving the spine. You may be way out here, but if you're able to, at least tuck that chin so the top of the head is trying to shoot for the floor, regardless of how low you are able to go. I'm gonna go back to what I can actually do. It is funny though, putting on a wedding, as happy and exciting as it is, that go the opposite direction, how hard it is on your body, just the tension. And it's kind of like when you go on vacation and when you need a vacation from your vacation when you get back. Nice and easy going that other way. And I don't have anybody here with me to tell me what they want, so we're going to work out all my aches and pains today. Nice and easy. Get down as low as you can. Do one more, always pausing at the back. Nice and easy. Last one. You should be feeling that in all kinds of different spots as you come around. Still give that stretch at the back though. And then come on up nice and tall. Walk those feet together again. Not all the way together. Have those knees shooting straight off those hips. I want you to take 3 nice deep breaths. Stretch way, way, way up. Get hair on me. Hold that breath for just a moment. It's just holding you in that stretch position. And then exhale. Pull, 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 pull. Remember, feel like someone's on both sides of you, pulling you in opposite directions. You're really stretching those arms out. We're elongating that spine. I can really feel it in my rib cage, my belly, my back. Nice and easy. And then the arms on the way down. One more. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. You could always alternate the direction of those palms too, just to slightly change it. It's just going to change the slight stretch in that forearm. Roll those shoulders back. All right, walk those feet out again. Nice and wide. Nice and wide. All right, we're going to draw the circle with the fingertips. This is such a good one to get everything warmed up, loosened up before we really get into things. Let's take a really nice deep breath in. Stretch way up. You're holding that for just a moment. Here we go. Draw that circle with the fingertips. Now you may be right here, perfectly fine. Or maybe you can't even go that low. But if you can, give that pause stretch up every time. If you're able to, bend those elbows and get that head down as low, top of the head shooting for the floor as you can. Nice and easy. 2 more. I want you to go so slow. If you think you were going slow before, I want you to try to go even slower. Taking notice of every little spot you feel. You're going to feel this in so many different ways. I think out of all of them, this one hits the most spots. With one. Nice and easy. Slow, slow, slow. Stretch way up. The slower you go, the harder it's going to be, which is exactly what we're trying to do. Get those fingertips out as wide as you can. Still going as low as you can. I'm not going to ask you to add the twist since we're just getting started like we sometimes do. Just keeping that nice same circle. Don't add the twist. There's always some of you that are trying to be overachievers and start too soon with the twist. Don't do it. Okay, one more for good measure. Always give that pause, stretch up. You're holding that breath for just a moment every single time. I know sometimes I'll just fly right through it without thinking, so that's why I all the time remind you, because even I do that sometimes, I just keep going. Stretch way up, bring those arms down. Nice and easy. Shrug those shoulders back, walk those feet together. We're just trying to get everything loosened up so we can get up out of our seats. Goodness, got a tickle in my throat. All right, we're gonna go right into our spinal twist. So I want you to have a really nice tall spine, shoulders are rolled back and softened. We're gonna do this twice, so don't try to push it wherever you land. I just want you to breathe right there and really focus on that rib cage expanding, belly filling up. Goodness, somebody didn't take their allergy pill today. Nice stretch up, way up, exhale. We're just gonna twist in our chair. Those legs should be shooting out, so don't have them trying to follow you. Just nice and tall, gaze is parallel with the floor and looking back as far as you can. Just nice and easy. One more breath. Exhale, we're just gonna slowly untwist. Nice and easy. Right to the other side. Nice deep inhale. Stretch way, way, way up. Exhale. Don't let the spine round. So if you are pushing it too far, your spine's just naturally gonna wanna round. Just slightly come out of it. We wanna keep a nice tall spine, but we also don't wanna let that chin drop. So keep that gaze parallel with the floor, but back as far as it'll go. Some of you like to have those arms shooting out, and to be honest, you're making it more challenging for yourself, so kudos to you, but when we get to go deeper, I really would, it'll actually hinder you from going deeper, but on this first one, go right ahead. One more breath. Exhale. All right, we're gonna go right to it deeper. Usually we go back to something else and then come back, but we're going right to it. So nice deep inhale. We're gonna go deeper. Think about wringing out that wet rag. Pause, exhale. Let all that air out. Think about wringing out that wet rag. With every exhale, we're gonna just slowly twist. So this would be a time I wouldn't have those arms up if you prefer that, because I'm really using my hand on that outer knee for leverage, and I'm holding onto the chair for leverage to get me deeper in the twist. Now this one, especially as you're going deeper, you might get to a point where the spine starts to round. If you do, just slightly come out. We want to keep that nice tall spine and chin not dropping. One more breath. Exhale, we're just going to slowly untwist. Nice and easy. That's a deep twist. You might be feeling that in your spine. Just always be careful. We don't want anyone to hurt themselves. Nice deep inhale, other side. Stretch way up. Exhale. Same thing, every exhale, try to go a little deeper. Don't let the chin drop down. But try to get that gaze back as far as you can as you're adding that twist. So just think about wringing out that rag, just twisting the spine. 2 more breaths. So that means one more chance to go deeper. A little more twist, and then one more breath. Slowly untwist. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Shrug those shoulders. All right, I want you to lift up that leg. Before we start stretching out those legs more, we're going to first just work out those hips a little bit. We're just going to do some forward folds after that, and then up out of our seats. So I want you to be really nice and tall. I'm able to get my leg up here, but maybe for you, it could be anywhere through here. It could even be on the floor, but regardless, everyone is going to have that foot flexed. Toes are trying to spread out and come back. So if you're able to get it up towards the chest, start pulling it out to the side and going back a little farther, like you're tucking it towards your armpit. Grab a hold of that thing, however works for you, to help pull it. But you should have a really nice tall spine, your shoulders are softened, and you should be breathing, not holding your breath. One more breath. Exhale, everyone, regardless of where that foot is, we're going to curve the spine, roll the shoulders forward, and tuck the chin. So imagine that forehead's trying to get down lower. So even if you're right here, we're all still doing the same thing with our top half. Just breathe right here. One more breath. Exhale. Slowly come on up. We're going to work that hip. We're going to be working that hip a little bit when we're doing our warriors, so just want to loosen that up. Straighten up that spine though. We want to stay in that slouchy position. I can even feel myself doing it. So straighten up that spine. Shoulders are softened. Work that hip. That foot is still flexed. Let's go the opposite direction. If you want to pull your leg a little bit, go right ahead. You decide. I always do, because left to my own accord, I would not lift it as high. I think most people are like that. All right, other side. Same thing though. We're going to come up. Now, keep in mind, both sides might not be the same, depending on if you have any hip issues, injuries, surgeries, anything like that. So just don't think it always has to be the same. Nice and tall. Nice deep breaths. You can always close those eyes, focus on that breath a little bit. Take one more breath. Exhale. Roll those shoulders forward, really curve that spine, really tuck that chin. You should really feel the top half of that rib cage or back spine really opening up, backs of those ribs opening up as you really roll those shoulders forward and curve that spine. Nice deep breaths. Make sure you're breathing. I know when I first started doing this pose, I used to hold my breath all the time on the curve down. I don't know why, but I did. One more breath. Exhale. Come on up, nice and easy. So straighten up that spine first and then get that hip going. So really flex that foot, spread those toes out and back. Nice deep breaths in and out through the nose still. One more that way. All right, opposite direction. Go the other way. Hope you can't hear my hip. One more for good measure. It's making a lot of clickety-clackety noises over here. All right, let's just take 3 nice deep breaths, but this time we're going to do palms facing each other. Stretch way, way, way up like you're reaching for that top shelf, and then palms out. Get those arms as far back. You're working those shoulders. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. One more. Lift so, so, so high. You feel like you might start standing up, but don't. Nice and easy. You're just working those shoulders a little bit. All right, shrug them if you need to. All right, we're going to do our forward folds. We're going to do them twice each, and then we're going to get up out of our seats. All right, so really flex that foot. Toes are trying to spread out and come back always because we're trying to stretch them and strengthen those feet. Come out to the edge of that seat, because if you're back too far, you're not going to be able to fold good. So really come out here well. Try to have a straight leg. Now, you might not be able to, and naturally when you go to bend, it's going to want to, as you fold over, it's going to want to bend, which is perfectly fine, but you could work at getting that a little bit more straight while you're there. All right, here we go. Nice deep inhale. Stretch way up. Exhale. We're going to hinge from the hips, flat back as long as you can, and then when you get to your point, then you can curve the spine to finish folding over. Just breathe right here. Don't try to push it deeper. Just wherever you land, breathe right there. The only thing I will say is if you want to flex the foot a little bit more, you could do that, but don't try to push the chest towards the leg anymore. We'll do that on the next one. Two more breaths. One more breath. Exhale. Nice and easy. Stack those vertebrae. Roll the shoulders back. All right, other side. Here we go. Same thing. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. Hinge forward. Keep flat back as long as you can. When you think you can't, that's when you can curve the spine. Just breathe right here. So like on the other foot, if you want to flex that foot a little bit right now, that's perfectly fine, but just don't push that chest. Not yet. Now you could be reaching for your foot, you could even have your hands on your thighs for support, or let the arms hang, you decide. One more breath. Exhale, stack those vertebrae. Nice and easy, let the head hang. Ragdoll on up, arms are hanging too. Roll the shoulders back. All right, we're gonna go right to the other side. All right, here we go. Nice and easy, we're just gonna take that breath in. Same thing, we're gonna fold, but on that fold forward, remember when we're doing it twice, when we're doing it the second time through, when you think you can't anymore with those fingertips out, I want you to give one little extra stretch out. And honestly, someone looking at you can't tell, but when you do that one little extra stretch, you can feel it the whole length of your legs. So do that little extra stretch. And then with every exhale, you're gonna try to sink that chest down closer to that thigh. Even if your hands are up here for support, you're still gonna keep trying to go lower and lower. This would be a good time to grab that leg or foot to help pull you down on those exhales, but really do it with the exhale and you'll get much better results from it. All right, nice deep inhale. Pause, stretch way up, exhale. So hinge, flat back as long as you can. When you think you can't, just that one little extra, and then fold. Nice and easy. Exhale, try to go deeper. Maybe flex that foot a little more. You could even do where you lift your heel up and pull it out just a smidge more. Not a huge movement, but just little tiny adjustments. 2 more breaths. So one more chance to go deeper. And then one more breath on the exhale. Stack the vertebrae. Head's the last thing to come up. Nice and easy. Other side. All right, here we go. Nice deep inhale. Stretch way up, exhale. Just give that little extra stretch and then finish folding. Now you can always hold onto the foot or leg, but I actually use my hands on the floor and I push with my arms to get my chest down lower, but that is up to you how you're gonna go about that. Every exhale though, try to get a little bit closer. You should really feel that stretch the whole back of that leg. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Exhale, stack. That leg's always going to naturally want to bend. Just work at that. That would be just one of those things you would slowly work at. So next we are going to get up and we are going to work on our warrior. So we'll get up out of our chairs. All right, so let's get up out of our chairs. Come directly behind your chair, but I'm gonna just move mine to a slight angle just so you can see my movement a little bit better. But be directly behind that chair. You're gonna take a step back. We're gonna just do a forward fold and grab hold of that chair. So this would be equivalent to down dog on the mat is what this would be equivalent to. All right, let's take a nice deep breath in. Stretch way, way, way up. Now I want you to keep those legs stacked right where they are. We're not sticking that rear end out and swan diving down. Keep those legs right where they are, and it's like that forward fold. We want to stretch those fingertips way out. Adjust the chair. See, I needed to adjust. Go right ahead. Don't feel like you have to just land wherever you land, because you should be able to feel, if you have those nice straight legs, straight arms, let the head and chest fall between the arms. You should be able to feel that stretch the whole length of your body. I can feel it up through the backs of my legs. I can feel my shoulders, my arms. I can even feel it on my spine as I push my chest towards the floor. We're just going to breathe right here. Goodness. I'm enjoying this weather, but I'll be glad when we get a nice good frost and my allergies are done. But this weather's been lovely. All right, we're gonna take one more breath. Exhale. We're gonna all step forward with that right foot. Back foot's gonna be at an angle, slight angle. We're not parallel yet with the chair. So we want that bend in that front knee. Back leg is straight. You're deciding how far apart those feet are. So don't think you have to do it exactly like me, or maybe you're able to go deeper. Kudos to you. But I just want you to make sure that you can always see those front toes. So just take a glance before we get started. I want you to square up with the back of that chair. So facing that chair, so really the shoulders should be trying to be squared up, but also the hips. But look where my hips are. They are not squared up with the chair. So with every breath, I'm gonna work at this left hip, trying to move forward. My right hip's gonna come back, okay? That's what I'm gonna be working for. Gaze is towards the front of the chair. We're just gonna breathe right here. Not totally scrunching, shoulders should be a little softened. Palms are facing each other, gazing straight out in front of you. Just breathe right here. Try to really think about the weight of all of your weight in this front heel. One more breath. Exhale, rotate that back foot. Did you see my foot just rotated? So now my back foot is parallel with the floor. That pulled this, or not with the floor. Well, it kind of, yeah, technically it is. My foot is parallel with the back of the chair, so it just rotated. That pulled that hip back. So my arms were up here. So my arms are just following along with the way that my body was moving, but palms are up, gaze out over those front fingertips. If you think you moved much, check to make sure you still see those toes. Shoulders are softened. Now remember too, we just naturally, and I can feel myself doing it, is why I'm telling you, our foot wants to lean in on that inner blade. Really think about that baby toe back there, really pushing down to the earth, because we want the whole foot really pressing down, not in on that inner blade. Think about that weight being in that front heel still. So we want the weight in the front leg, but really that back leg is almost just like a kickstand, I guess would be the best way to describe it. One more breath. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Front arm is coming up, back arm is down, our gaze is up. Now, you could just breathe right here, it's perfectly fine. But if you wanted to, on every inhale, you could be lifting those fingertips just a little bit higher. This would be one of those times when someone looking at you can't even tell, but I can feel just a little extra pull down here by my hip when I do that. Down by my hip bone, kind of onto the front a little bit, but that is up to you. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Exhale, we're gonna windmill around. So coming on towards there, that foot rotated. We're gonna push off onto our front leg. Now, you could have your arms on the chair or on the seat or back here, you decide. Maybe you little by little start letting go, but that back foot should be flexed. I'm gonna move the chair out of my way. If you can, you could bring your arms wherever works for you. Just nice deep breaths right here. Remember, the less your eyes are wandering around, the less you're going to wander around. The chair could be here if you need to touch with just a few fingers, less and less fingers, maybe hovering, just so if you want to touch down, you decide. One more breath. Exhale, slowly come on up. Good job. So make sure you're using this chair. It's here for you for, we're working on our balance and our strength, but the chair's there. So even if your hand is here, or you're gonna get better and better, you could even be working at that leg getting higher, but the chair's here if you need it. So if you need fingers on here still, you could work at maybe one hand or just less and less fingers, and that would be what you're gonna keep working towards. All right, back up away from that chair. Let's just take a couple breaths. Exhale. One more time. Okay, we're gonna forward fold on this one. Here we go, nice deep inhale. Exhale, try to not stick that rear end out, so those hands are trying to come way forward. Grab a hold of that chair. Like I've said before, you adjust move your feet or the chair, do whatever you need to do so you can feel the stretch. You could be bicycling it out a little bit, which you even do in down dog on a mat class. You decide. You could adjust the distance between your feet. It's going to just slightly change everything, so just play around with it a little bit. We'll take a few more breaths here so you can try it out. See what feels best for you. All right, I'm going to walk my feet back together a little bit here. All right, we're going to take one more breath. Exhale. Step forward with that foot. Back foot's at an angle. All right, so same thing, that foot's at just a slight angle, but still all four corners of my foot are rooting down, toes are trying to grip the floor. Facing that chair, so same thing, look, my hips are they're definitely not squared up. Way back here, so I'll be working at this one coming back, this one coming forward, but we're gonna bring those arms up and breathe right here. You're deciding the distance between those feet. Everybody's going to be different on that. Nice deep breaths. One more breath. Exhale, my back foot rotated so that pulled that hip back. My arms are just kind of following along where the body's already wanting to go. Gazes out over those front fingertips. Always check to make sure you can see those toes. I feel like I always do a lot of wiggling around, so I like to always check. If you can't see those toes and that means the knee's too far forward, you need to scoot those toes out, pull that knee back a little bit. Nice deep breaths, 2 more breaths. One more breath. Exhale. Straighten the front leg, front arm comes up, back arm is down, gaze is up. Same as the other side, you can just hang out right here, or with every breath, you can lift those fingertips up a little. And for some, on this side, I can still feel it on my hip, but it's even coming more far forward, across my lower belly. Can you tell I'm around children all the time? I'm saying belly instead of abdomen or stomach. One more breath. I'm around little people a lot. Windmill around. It's funny, you could just get used to saying things in that type of way. All right, so remember the hands can be on the seat, on here. I asked my husband the other day if he had to go potty, because I thought, you just get used to the verbiage that you use when you're around little ones, and got a strange reaction from him. Got a funny look. He was like, well, I'm going to go to the restroom. We were out to eat, and he said, yeah. Anywho, you could have those arms. I'm shooting mine back this time, but you could do whatever you want with those arms. I had airplane arms last time. One more breath. Exhale. Slowly come on up. Nice and easy. Try to be slow and controlled about it. That's part of it. But you know good and well, if you've been in class with me, that doesn't always happen. All right, come in front of that chair. We are going to just do a few more things. I changed my mind about doing it twice, so change of plans. Take a nice deep breath in. Stretch way up. Exhale. That doesn't come as a shock if they've been in my class, Brian, so perfectly typical. All right, one more breath. Stretch way, way, way up. Exhale. We're just going to do one chair pose, and then we're going to sit down and slow things down. So, for chair pose, the chair's here if you need it. You could be sitting on the very, very edge, having those legs nice and kind of like a L shape. If you're able to, I want you to stand far enough away that your bottom doesn't hit the chair. So for the chair pose, at the absolute most, your feet can be fist width apart, anywhere from there to touching. I prefer mine touching because then I have more points of contact. My feet are rooting down, my knees are coming together, my thighs are coming together. That works for me, but everyone's a little different on what that is. I want the nice Goldilocks as we come down. We're not too far up and we're not shooting too far out. Nice in between Goldilocks. Shoulders are staying softened. I think I've said everything. Here we go. Let's just go for it. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, we're gonna sink on down, and as you do, you're gonna slowly lean forward. Now, I do not want you to drop your chin down though and look at the floor. I want you to think about that spine having that nice long line. So it's almost like your gaze is at a slight angle, not down here dropping the chin. Now, if this is too much for your hands, you could even be just prayer hands right here is perfectly fine. We'll just do 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Exhale, push, push, push. Good job. All right, let's have a seat. We're just gonna start slowing things down. Nice and easy. Let's just take 3 more nice deep breaths, just working those shoulders a little more. You could always have those eyes closed. I know I've said it before, but if I was at home doing yoga by myself, I would have my eyes closed almost the entire time. I just find it very relaxing. I'm able to think a little more about my breath, about what it is I'm asking my body to do, and like focusing on those stretches. So whenever you want to, close those eyes. Do those chicken wings. Really shrug those shoulders. All right, I want to do our eagle arms before we completely slow things down. So let's open up those arms. Thumbs are up, palms are out. We're going to try to get those hands as if the fingertips are trying to shoot towards each other. If you're able to be out so far that it will help. If your arms do reach the chair, then you need to be as far away from the back as you can. Breathe right here. Nice deep breaths. Push that chest plate out. One more breath. All right, exhale. We're all going to bring that right arm on top, which means the left leg is on top. So you could be ankles crossed or anywhere through here, whatever works for you. Bottom arm is coming up and the other one's wrapping around. Just breathe right here. Now remember, as always, if you wanted to, you could be lifting the elbows up a little higher. You could be pushing the forearms out a little farther. You decide. We'll take one more breath. Exhale. Slowly undo your arms and legs. Nice and easy. Shrug those shoulders. Counter pose. We're going to open it back up again. Really push that chest plate out. This is a heart opener. I always come up on my tiptoes a lot for this stuff. You don't have to. I only do that just because my feet are down lower, so my legs are at an angle, and I'm just trying to keep them parallel with the floor. So don't think that you always have to do exactly what I'm doing, unless you want to. All right, one more breath. Exhale. So left arm is on top, which means right leg is going to be on top. You wrap up whatever works for you. Bottom arm is coming up, and then this other arm is wrapping around. Remember, if this is too much for you, you could be right here at prayer hands, which even maybe your elbows won't even come together. That's fine. You would work at getting them closer and closer before you start wrapping up. Oh, I'm doing it the wrong way. Thought that didn't seem quite right. Just breathe right here. Remember, you could be going deeper, raising those elbows up or pushing forearms away. You decide. I am not today, but I usually do. But today's a different day, so I'm doing it a little different. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Exhale. Okay, maybe shrug those shoulders. I don't know about you. It's such a deep stretch for me that it always feels good to do some nice shoulder rolls, making those nice circles. But that is up to you. But for me, that always feels good. Everyone's going to be different on how things feel for them and everything, so you just do what works best for you. All right, walk those feet back out again. We're just going to rub the bowl, and then we're just going to be still after our cat-cows. So just nice and easy. I don't care how big your circle is. I just want this to be slow and relaxing and just focusing on that breath. It's more about the breath than anything else right now. Nice and easy. Come on around. I'm not going to tell you to push your head down as low as you can go. Maybe even purposefully pull it in a little, rein it in a little. I just want you to be nice, deep breathing. Nice and easy. Always give that little pause, stretch at the back though. Maybe not even as forceful, stretching through those arms. Maybe just more focusing on the curving of the spine and tucking the chin versus really stretching through those arms. One more time. Then we'll change direction. Just nice and easy. Okay, stretch way back. We're going to change direction. We're just going to do some cat-cows after this. And then I'm going to leave you to hopefully be still for a little bit and just enjoy some quiet time. Some meditation, some reflection, maybe some moments of thanksgiving. One more. Last one. Nice and easy. Remember, don't push it. All right, walk those feet slightly together. Just legs are coming straight off those hips. We're just going to do some cat-cows, and then I'm going to leave you to be still. All right, here we go. Hands on those knees. Scoop up on the inhale. Flat back as long as you can. Let the chin shoot up. Shoulders should be pulling back. Exhale. Curve that spine, stretch the arms, tuck the chin. Every time through, just try to get a little more curve in that spine. Little by little, that head is falling back a little more each time. We'll do that 2 more times, both directions. And then we'll meet in the middle. All right, come up nice and tall, wherever you are. Get comfortable in that seat. Maybe close those eyes if you haven't yet during this time. Hands are just relaxed, whatever that is for you. All right, I hope you're just nice, tall spine, shoulders are soft, and I would like for you just to stay right here. Even just for 10 or 15 minutes would be wonderful. Just focusing on that breath, making it a little deeper, down into that belly, a little longer as you exhale, just trying to grow that breath. Our bodies need us to be properly breathing, getting that air in and out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out, but I hope you'll just stay right where you are, just taking those nice deep breaths. I'm gonna take one last stretch up. I'm gonna bring my hands down through the center, pausing at my forehead, and that's just a reminder to keep good, pure thoughts and my focus on Jesus. Down to my lips, and that's just to make sure nothing but positive things are passing out into the world. And then down to my heart, and that's just to let His love shine for others to see Him. So the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.